Girl, you've learned that people-pleasing doesn't work. You have a purpose, a plan to achieve, and a point time for your passion projects. You finally value your thoughts and ideas. Now you're putting them into action. Mom guilt is in a box where it belongs. You care for those who need you completely, except that you've made yourself a priority too. Being creative and focused helps you get your zest for life. You, my friend, you think enriched. Hey, welcome to Think Enriched. I'm your host, Amy Robles. Delighted to have you on the show today. Today, we're going to talk all about what it is about having great business relationships. They're either thriving or they're struggling. And the only way to keep business relationships moving forward is to keep planting those seeds and really working through developing key quality relationships. That's what we're going to talk about today. We've got a lot to cover. Let's get right with it. This is a new section of the show we've never had before. The portion where we talk about different things happening in the news, different times that our show is mentioned, or different times where a little bit of public relations comes our way, and it's exciting to share that with you. Today, I'm delighted to tell you that Podcast Movement, the largest podcasting conference in the world, mentioned 10 specific women podcasters who are really rocking the podcasting space, people you need to get to know, and different things about their show that could really help their audience. I'm delighted to mention that we were listed, and not only were that, we were number 3. How awesome is that? What an honor. I'm so grateful to the guys at Podcast Movement. We have a link of that for that in the show notes. You can see it there. And this is our first Newsflash, straight for you. Speak the lingo. All right, this portion of the show is Speak the Lingo, where we talk about specific leadership terms, things you need to know. And I created this section specifically because coming out of the season of toddler mom and going through the day, I was not speaking the language of, regular adults. And so getting back into practice and focusing on how can I speak the language of business and be able to communicate clearly with those that are in the industry and still focus. I just wanted to work one term at a time, and that's why I do this. This week's term is network. And every time you hear the word network, people either are like, ugh, if I go to one more activity where I have to pass out business cards to weirdos, I'm going to blow, right? It's just crazy how people just have this horrible feeling in their mind. The definition that really pops out to me is to cultivate people who can be helpful to one professionally, especially in finding an employment or moving to a higher position. And as I've been going through studying all of the different things, is to find and connect and create your own network. You think of those people that have thriving, just amazingly successful businesses. They always have people that they can contact. They have people that they can pick up the phone and call, send a quick text, and know they'll get a response quickly. And right now, I can hear it. I can almost feel you saying it. I know, but I don't really have anything like that. And to that, right now, I'm stopping you and I'm saying, girl, please. Because you have a network. So consider all the different people you see at, like in my own day, is the school drop-off. Well, there's 10 to 15 other parents that have to personally walk their child up and sign their child into school and then turn around and walk back to the car. That time has become teeny tiny moments of networking, of connecting, of learning more about other parents. And it's amazing how just little by little those interactions build up. And when you take your kid to their kids' activities or the gym, or for example, you don't have children at all and you have this workout class that you love. Oh my gosh. I know I've gotten in those days where, I can't get enough of Zumba or whatever it is at the time. And so it's going to the class, it's standing by somebody new and just picking up a little conversation. It doesn't have to be this power heart to heart. It doesn't have to be about, what's your business? How can we work together? What is this? But it's building those little tiny relationships and being able to plant the seed wherever you are, and people think, oh my gosh, she's really friendly. I can totally approach her. Oh, I know her. She's always been willing to help me. Sometimes you have that same person that helps you check out at the grocery store, and you really like the way they are with people. You appreciate how they're more patient, or they're just, have that friendly vibe. That can really help stand out, and you can just start those little conversations. That is all part of building your network. That's this week's term on Speak the Lingo.
3, 2, 1, 0.
Habits of excellence. This week's Habits of Excellence is one I definitely have put into practice. I'm working very hard at getting up at 5 a.m, which hasn't been a regular thing for me. And so going through that process and really starting the day off fresh, having time to write, having time to just put aside, not think about anything else except those few little projects I want to do for myself to really focus on being the best me I can be. Well, what I've noticed is about 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm struggling. This week's habit of excellence is the power nap. When's the last time you had a power nap? Do you know what that is? A power nap is not where you go and you sleep and you just pass out for 2 or 3 hours, you're done, and then you come back to the world. No, a power nap is more like a 20-minute nap. This is what they call a stage 2 nap. I have an article from WebMD on the show notes that you can get all of this information. I found it really fascinating to dig into. The 20-minute nap, that stage 2 nap, is really good for alertness and motor learning skills like typing or playing the piano. If you're really going to take some new information in, 20 minutes of just chilling out beforehand, taking that quick power nap, get you fresh, get your mind alert, and you're ready to go. The 30 to 60-minute nap helps in your decision-making skills, in your vocabulary memorization, and direction recall. So if you've got a really big brain project, you've got to really put all of your mental faculties into it, a 30-minute nap, 30 to 60 minutes might be just the key for you. And 60 to 90-minute nap allows you to make new brain connection and creative problem solving. I know that after I have a solid nap like that, I just am ready to dig in on those big projects, really think it out, find the right process, put things together. And I love waking up and having that and just getting my brain working like that. Now, they also give some instructions on how to nap. You want to be consistent, have a napping schedule. 1 to 3 in the afternoon is prime time. And yes, I am saying it's okay to have lunch and a quick power nap. In fact, it's good for your health. If you need a free pass, here is yours. If you need to tell someone you got permission to have your own power nap, this is it. Also, another tip is to go dark. Nap in a dark room if that's possible. And finally, stay warm. Make sure you've got a blanket because your body temperature will drop, and it really helps your body just really insulate, be comfortable, and get the best quick power nap possible. So those 20 minutes in the afternoon, about 1, 2 o'clock for me, have just been a lifesaver. I wake up fresh and ready to go from then until about 10 o'clock at night. And I've just noticed how much more I'm getting accomplished and how good I'm feeling doing that. So, habit of excellence, try it. Give yourself a quick power nap today. All right, in this portion of the show, I'm going to share with you how to have happy, successful business relationships. And this is something I've worked on, really focused on for the past little while, and I'm amazed what an incredible difference this has made for me. 3 things you need to know always is first, you're genuinely interested when you're meeting people. You learn about them because it's fun. For example, if you're just learning about someone and you're just finding out, oh, what'd you do this year? Oh, and what'd you learn there? And what'd you learn there? People can tell you're just trying to file it away. You really don't care about them as a person. When you talk about people and you learn about what's going on in their life and you're genuinely interested, it opens up the door and you're having a good time. When you're having a good time learning about others, they're having a good time and they want to share more with you. And that's the way you really get a conversation started. Third, and this is a big one, surprise people with those little unexpected things you wouldn't think about that would make a difference. Sometimes you can send a book or a link of something. You find an article and you're like, oh, that would be perfect for them to read. Maybe start a conversation that way. There's a lot of different things you can do to make yourself stand out when you are doing the work of networking and creating those relationships. And the best way to grow a new business relationship is to plant the seed. And next time you're working through the relationship, I want you to remember the word plant. This is the visual that you're going to have every time you start a new relationship, you're going through something, you've got a networking thing. Okay, I'm not trying to figure out anything and come to the very end. I'm just planting a few seeds. And what does that mean? P for plan. Look, when you don't know where you're headed, any path will get you there. For example, you go to a conference, you go to a meeting, and you know there's going to be 50 or more people, thousands of people even. You need to figure out, are there 2 to 3 people I really want to connect with? I've heard about them. I've learned about them. I'd love to know what's going on in their world. The smart networkers I have seen are usually the most introverted. How interesting is that? The extroverts are out all talking to all the different people. The introverts kind of lay low, take it in, figuring it out, and then they go and meet 1 or 2 people and have very intense, long, quality conversations with just a few people and really develop interests that way. That's one thing you can do to make yourself stand out, is to have a plan about how you want to go about that. And you can also have a plan if you find someone on Facebook and you really like their strategy. You want to start commenting on their posts. You want to be sharing insights with them and creating a conversation that way. It's possible. It takes more work, and you've definitely got to have the long-term plan in your mind, but you can make it happen. The L in the word plant stands for listen. The best networkers, business relationship connectors that I have met know way more about other people than the people know about them. You want to make sure that you as a person, when you listen to people, you are using your active listening skills. When they talk, you're not just scrolling on your phone. You put your phone down completely. It shouldn't be at the table if you're sitting. It should not be even around. You should be focused on that other person. What are they telling you? What are they learning? Ask smart questions. Be engaged. Be interested in what they're talking about. The A is for authentic. Look, if you're one way at a business conference and you're completely different at home at the dinner table, it's going to just send a mixed message. And people might not know for a while, but eventually they'll figure it out. You want to make sure that even though the word authentic is so overused in the business space, there's a reason. Because who you are is who you are. You're genuinely you. And people come to count on that and that consistency. If you're funny sometimes and then you're just an absolute bore other times, it can really shine through. If you are very energetic and super, super intense one time and then have no energy the next time people meet you, that really sends these very weird, inconsistent messages. And so you want to make sure that you are consistent and your message is consistent overall. Next, the N in the word plant stands for the need. You want to watch for needs that you can fill. Now, we're not talking about thousands of dollars of money. We're not talking about big transactions. We're talking about these teeny tiny little needs that you can fill. Look, somebody needs help getting into this doctor's office, and you're a nurse working in that network. Well, clearly a call from you would get a lot farther than a call from someone else. Perhaps you know someone on the academic team that they're looking for to connect with. It's all about taking what you have, the value that you offer, and being able to showcase that and to share that with those who need your help. And that's the way that you go through the process, help others, and really reach out to them. When you feel those needs, first of all, you're showing people that you're genuinely listening to what they're doing, and you're reaching out and you're doing something that a good friend would do for them, which really pulls you closer. That brings us to the letter T of the word plant, which is trust. Trust is the credit you build over time. That's the only way to make sure that your trust is invested and it's long-term. You need to consistently be working on those first 4 skills over and over. Planning how you're going to help other people, how you're going to connect with them. Listen as you have excellent conversations. See what they're saying. Really dig in and find out more about them. Be authentic, the letter A, and fill those needs that only you can fill. That's how you continue to build trust. Smart individuals are planting seeds as they pick their children up from school, as they're going through their daily routine, as they stop at their coffee spot and they see the same 5 to 7 people there. Smart business relationships can start from those coffee stop stands. The difference is you have to be able to think it through. Hey, I'm going to be friendly with that person. Sometimes you're so involved in what's happening in your own world and your thinking that you're not paying attention. And the key is, once you start paying attention, you see opportunities you've completely missed over and again. So a few ways you can incorporate the plant strategy is, first of all, you have daily conversations. Start listening more intently. Not just, hey, how are you? What's going on? And go about your business. What happened? How are things? What are you learning? Those kinds of deeper questions. That is not getting too invasive. You're not in someone's space, but you're also saying, hey, I appreciate conversation with you. Let's have a little bit more. Let's talk a little bit more. Find those needs that only you can fill. Sometimes it's just one little thing. Sometimes even filling a need is writing a thank you card saying, man, that really made a big difference to me. I appreciate what you're doing. And just showing people that you value what they're putting out into the world. Those little surprises. There's been a couple times where some really excellent entrepreneurs, business people I look up to have sent me books for no reason. And how much I felt valued. They see my efforts and they see what's happening and they appreciate that, just really stood out to me and even put them on a higher level in my personal opinion of them. And it's a way that you can turn these daily acquaintances into business colleagues. Be smart, plant those seeds, reach out, and be someone that people trust and can turn to when they have questions. This is just the beginning how you can create happy, successful business relationships in your own life. Hey, thanks for listening. This is the part of the coaching, the business, the model that I've created, teaching you these concepts and watching you put them into practice and seeing how it really helps you and your business come alive. It's an amazing experience overall. If you have any comments or concerns, would like to talk to me directly, send me an email at amy@thinkenriched.com. Hey, have a great week, and I'll talk to you soon.